Hola Year 9, welcome to Lesson 4, and today you will be learning to talk about your mobile phone. And here's the list of equipment you'll need for today's lesson: the exercise book that the school gave you, your knowledge organiser for Module 6, a pen and a different coloured pen. Pause to get that ready now. Please remember to email me if you have any questions about the activities in today's lesson, and here's my email address. Please also remember you must submit a photo or a copy of the translations you complete for Activity 6 onto class charts in order to get an achievement point. Okay, copia el título, mi móvil, my mobile phone, and write down the date in Spanish as well, which is on class charts. Pause to do that now. And your doing activity should take about 5 minutes. I want you to translate the family members. Okay, so you've got 1 to 8 in your margin. You need to use the correct possessive adjective at the start as well. So be careful when you're doing that. Make sure you translate the possessive adjective as well as the family name. Pause to do it now. Muy bien, Year 9. Let's check your answers now. Número 1, mi hermanastra, my stepsister. Número 2, nuestro abuelo, our grandfather, and you'll notice that the nuestro ends in O, which means it's matching the masculine of the noun. Abuelo is masculine singular, so we have nuestro abuelo. Número 3, su tía, his or her or their auntie. Número 4, tu bisabuela, your great grandmother. That's in the singular form. 5, mi sobrina, my niece. 6, vuestro padrastro. So vuestro is masculine and it matches padrastro, which is a masculine noun, and it's the plural, so it means your plural stepfather. 7, nuestros padres, our parents, so nuestros ending os because padres is masculine plural. And then número 8, mis hermanos, my brothers, or equally you can write my siblings. Muy bien, Year 9. I'm going to pass you on to Miss Reardon now, who's going to teach you the rest of the lesson. Excelente, gracias, adios.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, please, is to match up the vocabulary. And I'd like you to write both the Spanish and the English. There's lots of words here which you're already familiar with, so you can use process of elimination to work out any that you're not quite so familiar with. And then you've got a challenge, which is to tell me what form are all the verbs in. So our verbs are hablar, sacar, mandar, etc. And then you can just tell me what form those verbs are in. So please pause the video now to complete activity 1. Excelente, chicos. Let's check your answers. Okay, so hablar por Skype is to talk on Skype. Sacar fotos is to take photos. Mandar mensajes is to send messages. Chatear con mis amigos is to chat with my friends. Descargar canciones y aplicaciones is to download songs and apps. Jugar con mi móvil is to play on my phone. Ver vídeos o películas is to watch videos or films. Leer mis SMS is to read my texts or my messages. And compartir mis vídeos favoritos is to share my favourite videos. So I'll just give you a moment to make sure that you've got those down in the correct places. Great, and the form of the verbs are the infinitive. So all of these are infinitives: hablar, sacar, etc. We can see that most of them end in AR, 2 end in ER, and just 1, compartir, to share, ends in IR. Muy bien, chicos. Continuamos. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do, please, is follow the link on class charts to Quizlet and practice learning this vocabulary. So you know the drill. If you do the learn, write, spell check sections first, followed by the games, and then finally test yourselves. Off you go. Excelente, chicos. Okay, so what we're going to do, Year 9, is you are going to now conjugate these three verbs in the present tense. We have chattear, a regular AR verb, leer, a regular ER verb, and compartir, a regular IR verb. And what I would like you to do, please, is for each verb, write the endings in a different colour pen, the one I asked you to get ready at the beginning of the lesson. So you can see for chattear, for the U form, tu form, we have chatteas. And our ending, as, is what I've added, and that's what I've got in the different colour. And then for leer, we've got leemos, we read, the emos are ending in the different colour. And finally, from compartir, compartis, you plural share, we have the is in red as that's the ending. So please now pause the video to conjugate these three verbs. Off you go. Excelente, chicos. Let's see how you got on. Okay, so for the first one, chattear, I chat is chatteo. Chatteas is you chat, that was already there. He or she chats, chattea. We chat, chatteamos. You all or you plural chat, chatteais. And they chat, chattean. Now we have a verb leer, to read. I read, leo. You read, lees. He or she reads, lee. We read, leemos. You plural read, lees. And they read, leen. And finally, compartir, to share. I share, comparto. You share, compartes. He or she shares, comparte. We share, compartimos. You plural share, compartis. And they share, comparten. So you'll see that, as we've done before, your ER and IR verb endings are completely the same, apart from the we and you plural forms, the nosotros and vosotros forms. Excelente, chicos. Let's move on. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, please, is copy this table into your books. We'll need it for our next activity, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity just to get it down in your books nice and neatly. So please pause the video now to do this. Muy bien, chicos. So at this point, you should have the table copied nice and neatly into your books. And now let's move on to actually using it. Okay, chicos. So now what you're going to do is you're going to listen to the recording, which you'll find on class charts, and you are going to fill in the table as you listen. So each person, there's 6 different people, they are going to say 2 activities that they do on their phone. So for example, the first one they say is that they play on their phone, and then they're going to say another activity which you need to fill in. And then I've given you a column for the verb person. So if it's just one person speaking about themselves, and their verbs are in the first person, then you'll write I or yo, the Spanish. If, for example, someone's saying, oh, well, he uses his phone for watching videos and he sends messages, well, then your verb person will be he or él in the Spanish. And that's how you fill in that final column. The most important columns for filling in are the first and second, but I think give that verb person one a really good go, because you've done your verbs, you've conjugated them, you know what endings mean who, so it'll be a good opportunity for you to practice. So please pause the video now and follow the link to the recording on class charts and fill in the table that you've drawn in your books. Off you go. Excelente, chicos. If you've still got a few gaps, feel free to listen to the recording once again. Okay, let's check your answers. Okay, chicos, so here are your answers. Just take a moment to pause the video and check that you've got the right activities in the right places, and also check the verb persons. Off you go. Okay, chicos, let's move on to your final activity now. Well done on that one. Okay, chicos, so now what I would like you to do, please, is translate these sentences. Please write both the English and the Spanish. For number 2 and number 8, remember in Spanish, if you're doing a question, you just put an upside down question mark at the beginning, but your verb is exactly the same. They're much easier to form in Spanish than in English. If you need any help with saying, for example, my, their, his, etc. Look back at your list of possessive adjectives. We did a bit of practice of them again in your Do Now, but you've got them in your book too. Okay, so please pause the video now to complete this task. Okay, so I talk via Skype, or I talk on Skype with my friends, is hablo por Skype con mis amigos. Do you take photos with your phone? Sacas fotos con tu móvil. They chat with their friends. Chatean con sus amigos. And we have sus because amigos is plural. We download songs and apps. Descargamos canciones y aplicaciones. He watches his favourite videos. We can put él at the beginning to make it really clear that it's he. Ve sus vídeos favoritos. She plays on her phone. Ella juega con su móvil. We read our texts. Leemos nuestros SMS, or you could say mensajes. And do you plural share your photos? Compartís vuestras fotos. So this one's a really interesting one, the last one. Well, the reason we need to use vuestras instead of vuestros for your plural photos is because the word fotos is actually short for fotografías, and it's a feminine word, and therefore vuestras must also be feminine plural. Excelente, chicos. Really well done for your work today. This is a really nice topic and will form part of your GCSE speaking questions next year. Please remember that I would like to see a photo of your translations, so this activity, activity 6, submitted to class charts. And your extension then for today's lesson, we've finished Module 3 now, moving on to Module 4 next lesson. I would like you to test yourselves on the vocabulary which is highlighted on your knowledge organiser. So have a great rest of your day, I think I've already said, and you'll hear from me in your next lesson. Adios!